the reason I started to clean out this pantry, in the last few days I was feeling a very funky smell around the countertop.
Hello, it's so nice to have you back, and if this is your first time here, my name is Noemi, and today I'm going to have a huge organizing inspiration for you. I don't know what was I thinking, but around 9:30 or 9:35 around ish I decided I'm going to clean the pantry, and there's more to it why I started this whole thing. So I just felt this weird smell and I couldn't really locate it, so I thought maybe it's a good idea to clean out the pantry. It was messy anyway because we just did a huge shopping at Costco, but on top of that I wanted to investigate where is that smell coming from.
I've been getting lots of questions how we control the fruit flies with our bananas. So the simplest way is to remove from the area is honestly we just use the vacuum cleaner and we just suck up whatever it's flying around. And for the rest, like this type of bananas, like when it's very smushy, this, by the way, it's perfect for the smoothie. This is a perfect flavor. So I like to put it into a paper bag. And that's it. So I have a little clip and I just put it here, and that will keep them away. Something with the paper bag, they can't find it. If you would do the same with a plastic bag, they would find their way in there, but something with the paper bag, they can't find it.
I'm starting to pull out all the jars. I have a bunch of them that I have to refill and just go through, and I have to dust the shelves as well. I have a pantry tour video if you wanna see more in details what I like to keep in there, but now I have to change a few things around, meaning of that I wanna simplify even further. So I like to get creative with the cooking, and I'm trying to challenge myself to get creative with less variety. So I'm just trying to bring out more recipes from the same ingredients, so that way I remember what I have, because this is the key for how my brain works. If I don't see it, I forget about it, and if there's too much options, it's the same happening, I forget about it. So I'm trying to keep it simple as much as I can. And I like to play around with the freshly bought food that's kind of like a vegetables, and we have a freezer that is filled with meat. So I'm trying to provide more variety with those, and with these ingredients that I keep in the pantry, it's something I just trying to get creative with the recipe.
Jod and the kids, they constantly hiding these things and it's keep frightening me. I always find it, but they're getting very creative with that.
The dam is breaking in. It was bound to happen, 'cause your heart is caged.
For the breakfast, I tried to create a new recipe because I wanted to use up some of the flours and I had this old honey. So I mixed the honey with some cinnamon and I used some applesauce and a little bit of almond milk, maple syrup, baking soda, a little bit of ghee, and I just used up the flour I had. I think it was cassava flour and some coconut flour. And I added some namaste flour. This is from Costco. It's a gluten-free flour. Basically just understanding the ratio of the fat and the flour, and once we have a more idea about what the flour tastes like and how it behaves in the cookie or cookie dough, like the tapioca makes it very gooey, rice flour again is the same, but they are very bland in flavor. So if I want to loosen up the dough, I like to use some almond flour because it makes it more dry, and also some coconut flour can work the same way as the almond flour. As Jot always said, as long as we have spoon, we are good. This homemade all-purpose cleaner is super easy to make. I will have the recipe down below in the description box, but as you can see, it's a piece of cake to put it together. And because it's summer, I have some watermelon essential oil. I think it's an essential oil, and I'm going to use that just to keep the summer spirit, you know. And then now I'm just going to do a very quick morning cleaning routine. Like I'm going to take care of the bedroom and just reset, well, some part of the kitchen, because the rest, let's face it, everything is out from the pantry. And then I'm going to continue working on the pantry. That's another recipe that I have to measure out for you guys. This turned out so amazing, and I think it's gonna be even better on the fall because of the pumpkin spice. It has a really fall vibe to it. But this swirly thing on the top, it's made from cinnamon and maple syrup, and guys, it tastes so amazing. the bedroom and the bathroom, it's very easy to clean up because we don't have that many things in there, just the very staples and basics. So that's helping me a lot. I can do this quick reset in the morning, and basically for the rest of the day we don't really come into this room, and so that way I know it will wait for me nice and clean when I go to the bed at night. So that's the key, just having less, just having the necessarily, and that's how much I have to take care of. I don't have the extra things that requires my extra attention and energy to clean them, just the very basics. And you guys, I ordered a vacuum cleaner. You're probably going to see it in my next cleaning video because you bet I'm going to try it as it arrives. So I'm very excited. I'm trying to be more open-minded because I really like the structure of my old vacuum cleaner, so it's going to be a big change, but we will see how it works and I will let you know what I think about it. For now, I just trying to be hopeful that I'm going to like it just as much. That's what I have right now, and I hope it's going to still work for a while because I want to use it. But if the other one that arriving today, I'm going to like that, then I'm going to use this one to vacuum the car and things like that. Well, as long as it's going to work, because that's the problem. That's why I ordered the brand new vacuum cleaner, because this one is kind of dying. So we will see.
Okay, so today there has been so much going on because I don't record what is between the cleaning. I'm just only recording the cleaning, but it's a busy day, I have to say. So I have some chicken breast, and this is the easiest recipe ever. I wouldn't even consider to call it recipe. I just put the chicken breast into a pot, and I have some salsa from Costco. With salsa, sometimes we go through the whole entire big bottle in a few days, and sometimes we just ignore it for weeks. So it's always random how we use it. And so I came up with that now. I just freeze them in blocks. So I used a silicone mold. I think it was originally for soap, but it's a perfect size. So I'm going to use 4 of these. To cook this in the sink. No, I'm just kidding.
track the expiration date, you can just use a chalk marker on the bottom of this jar, but I don't do this because we go through very quickly on these spices before they even get a chance to expire. The reason I like to keep the food in the jar because I get to see what's in there, and also I get to see how much I have, because if it's in the box, sometimes they don't fill it up until the top is just only half of it, so it's harder to estimate. Maybe I can organize something with that. These dark jars, I bought them a few years ago off of Amazon. It was kind of hard to get around them. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't, and it's definitely more expensive, and I had to wait for the shipment. But it was all worth it because it keeps the food fresher, because it helps to keep the food in the dark. So it helps with the flavor and the nutrition to keep it fresh longer.
Okay guys, I can see the countertop. So these are the things that I wanna use up. I always do that when I clean out the pantry, the things that it's halfway done, or something that I haven't used for a long time and I know I should, because we moved with this thing. But these are the things that needs to be used ASAP. This jar, I'm not going to use this in the kitchen. That is something I can ask my kids to eat. That won't be a problem. Okay, with this pile, this is calendula. So I'm going to look it up how to make something with that for the skin, because I know it heals the skin. So I'm going to look it up how to use this up. I met with a new friend and she told me about how to make almond cheese, and I'm gonna give a shot with this batch. Meanwhile, we already had some lunch. So this is the chicken taco that I made with the salsa. This is a basket for the crackers we bought from Costco, and also I have other snacks there. So I was thinking maybe in this basket I can create a snack basket that we can just grab out things from here when we need quickly. And as we're going around, these are all my oils. These are the ones that I like to use mostly for cleaning. So I have the the nicer ones that were more pricey for sure. So I like to keep those in here. These are the ones that's like the peppermint. That's something that we can put into the cookies, and I have some ginger so that we can consume. I like to purchase a better quality, but for cleaning I buy a lot cheaper ones that are still good, but you know, it's definitely more affordable. But this doesn't need to be in the pantry. Maybe this one, because I kind of like to keep it where we have the supplements. Okay, now we can walk into the pantry and it's all done and organized. And what I changed here is I took out the box from the top and from the bottom, and the thing is, it looked really nice with that, but I couldn't see what's in there, and after a while I just forgot. So now I just have these small ones. I love these because I can categorize the items in there. So these are the things that we take every single day. This this is the refill, and this is the homeopathic drops and herbs. And so I get to see what I have, and I try to keep it simple as much as possible because my little brain can only process a certain amount of variety, and I just try to be creative with what we have. And I find that mayo is a really good food for that. Like, I can come up with a bunch of different versions of the food, and the same with this noodles or with this little rice noodles. Beans are a staple, and applesauce. Applesauce, I can make a bunch of pie with that, or even just eat it as a snack. We use a lot of ghee, and so the situation has changed with this pantry as we moved here because the stores are farther. So we have lots of almond milk, and I have all the flour down there, and I'm going to refill some of these jars. So eventually I want to buy more of this jar, so someday I want to have 8 more, I think, at least 4 more, so I can put all these things from the floor into the jar, and then I get to see what's in there. So that helps me to see what I have to work with. So I have the spice in the darker one that are more sensitive to the light. Usually the colorful one, like a pepper, dill, those are very sensitive to the light. But basically all the rest is just stayed as it was.
The reason I started to clean out this pantry, I don't even know how to start to explain this to you. So it's a little bit later now. I had to go to a program with the kids. We had so much fun. It's super late. I think it's already past 9 o'clock, but I wanted to tell you right before I left what happened, and that will explain to you why I cleaned out this pantry. In the last few days, I was feeling a very funky smell around the countertop. I couldn't really place it because I never felt on the same place. Sometimes I felt around the bananas. So right before I left, it actually came to my mind. I think I shared that in the video or not, I don't know, but it was about 2 weeks ago. I made some blueberry muffins, and I usually use the little oven. I mean, actually 99%. That was actually the very first time I used the big oven because I had more dough than the little oven can handle. You can check in the video 1 or 2 weeks ago, I don't know. But anyway, I left that blueberry thing in the oven. It was done and I forgot about it, and I left it in there for this whole entire time. So I find the smell, and if you want to see that, it's right here. I just put it in here upside down. Make sure Joe don't eat it, because he would absolutely would, although he was complaining, yeah, it smells bad. So that's supposed to be, I think it was blueberry in there, but now, you know, it's kind of rotten. Whew, let's just close it. So I'm going to take care of that one now.